guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 885. I'm here with Marilyn Zozia. She is the founder of I Am Adaptive, and I got the chance to present out here in Miami and bumped into her, and I've been wanting to do some stuff with her for a little bit now. So she's the co-founder, like I said, of I Am Adaptive, which is an organization that promotes all-inclusive fitness. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about that, and then we'll kind of go on from there.
Sure. Well, I Am Adaptive is simply an organization revolved all around creating a more inclusive world for adaptive athletes and anybody that's going through any sort of tribulation or trial, people that have been born with differences or have incurred a trauma in their life and just have to find new ways to adapt in their daily living and in sports. So.
Right. So when we think about adaptive, at least in functional fitness world, right, we see a lot of people that are, have prostheses or confined to wheelchairs due to different paralyses. I guess that's the plural of that, right? Typically we use that H word that we don't like to use anymore, right? And we've now grown and become more educated towards the adaptive world. But it doesn't necessarily mean people don't have to have an amputee to be an adaptive athlete, do they?
No, not at all. Adaptive is pretty much a very generalized and just general term. That's the best way to put it. And it goes down to the foundation of what the term adaptive even means. It's been around for hundreds of years. Sorry, it's loud here, guys.
Airplanes go by.
You go back to what the term adaptive means, and it's just, qualities and traits in our species and in every species on the planet to be able to become more acclimated to the environment or their life. And so basically, adaptive can describe just about anyone on any level. Adaptive athletes, as we see them, are dealing with more profound adaptations. So, on a regular day-to-day basis, you may be adapting, whether you wear sunglasses when it's real sunny outside, or if you wore special orthotics in your shoes, little adaptations we don't notice, but there all are ways to adapt. When you talk about the adaptive athlete community, you're just specifically talking about more profound adaptations where you may need an adaptive piece of equipment or tool to help you get by, or whether you're just battling something extra out there on the battlefield.
Right. So I guess my question then is, if we are thinking about those more profound changes, like say the people that are confined to wheelchairs or need like assistance through crutches or need, full assistance as far as like coaching is done, how would gyms go about getting into that? Because that's one of the things that you guys really try to advocate, right? Because if we're trying to have all-inclusive fitness, we want all these people to come in and we want them to be part of that community. I think that's one of the great things about the CrossFit community is that it is a community for everyone. So, but we talked about this. This could be a little scary, right? So the first time that I got to work with Steph Hammerman, I was just as nervous. You start bobbling around just a little bit, just because you have somebody come in. She has, if you guys don't know who Steph is, she has cerebral palsy. So, but yet she is one of the most active people that I know, like period. Whether that she's adaptive or not.
She's a fighter.
So, with somebody like that, what would I need to get some special equipment? How would I even go about letting her come in, not being scared? I don't know. Like, what's the first step I make towards making that all-inclusive gym?
Well, I'd say the first step is getting over it.
Yeah. Hey, that's the easiest one. Doesn't cost anything, right?
Get over it. Everybody's they're just another person. They may use wheels to get around or crutches or just anything else, but they're just a person like you and me. And there's I think getting over that stigma of being afraid is really just the first step, and being able to recognize that everybody is a potential athlete, and that's something that we focus on in CrossFit. It doesn't matter if it's, we started off coaching preschool kids, preschool CrossFit, and that doesn't even exist. It's something we were programming the best way we knew how, just taking all the modalities we knew and transferring them into a 3-year-old's mentality. And so it's the same type of thing whether you're dealing with an athlete that's extremely overweight, someone who's a lot older or younger, or someone that has a special adaptation. So I think the first thing is letting go of the stigma, and the second thing is really letting people know that you do have that open mentality, and using a different kind of language is really what it's all about. You know, moving away from the handicapped and disabled, and recognizing that these are adaptive athletes, and you're trying to promote inclusive fitness. So, you know, maybe making flyers or promoting, marketing that you have an inclusive environment. Adaptive athletes welcome, all abilities welcome. You know, this type of language really starts to let the people around you know that you are a more friendly environment for them to come and try out. And then I'd say, you know, you have to get some form of education. You know, there are seminars out there that you can attend where you can learn more in depth how to deal with adaptive athletes. There's a little bit of language that you'll learn, and things what not to say. You know, if you're dealing with someone that uses a wheelchair, just etiquette. You know, you wouldn't lean on, you know, someone's wheelchair. You know, if you're just talking to someone you've never met before, or you know, things like that, where you don't want to be afraid to talk about it, and that's a big step. You know, just being open and you know, being able to ask, just like you would ask any other client. You know, what your goals are, what it is they want to do. It's the same type of framework. You're just treating on just another athlete. You know?
Right. I think that's awesome. So guys, what I get from this, and the recap that I would like to make is, number one, get over yourself. Get over that emotional stigma that you might have towards what you think an adaptive athlete might be. As soon as you can get past that, you can now create this welcoming environment that will allow them to feel comfortable as they come in, right? Because if you're not over that emotional stigma, you might allow people that have adaptations that need to or would like to come to your gym, but you're not going to create them a welcoming, warming, comforting environment. So get over yourself, and then from there you can go about creating this welcoming, warming environment where everybody can come in and learn. Guys, I just want to thank Marilyn for coming and talking to me. If you want to find out more about her organization, I will put the information below. It's I Am Adaptive. And like always, guys, thank you so much. And until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.
Thank you guys.
So much. It was awesome. See you guys.